Previously on Survivor Michigan. Kevin and Sarah Avery formed a leaders alliance, finding one idol together and searching for another.
We're kind of just glancing at bushes, giving them a little check to see if we can find the hidden immunity idol. As
Maggie and Jeremy grew closer, the rest of Ohana became more suspicious of them.
We need to split them up.
Yeah,
The scavenger hunt unleashed all sorts of chaos, but weak participation from Chidi and AJ cost Cerulean the challenge.
Okay, so we're just gonna bring this up pretty quickly. AJ has done jack shit. I think we need to get rid of him.
Nick and Mike formed a duo and planned to bring Mallory in as their third. After deciding that Daniel was too dangerous to be left alive, Kevin orchestrated a blindside of him by lying to Bailey.
And he told me that Daniel wants, to vote me off.
I think we should get rid of AJ.
Nick wanted the group to vote AJ.
Now you guys are already trying to plan a blindside. The first fucking vote?
Instead, it was Daniel who went home, leaving Kevin as the sole beneficiary of an alliance with Sarah Avery. 16 remain, who will be voted out tonight.
So we just got done with our first tribal council. It sucked. It was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
It was super awkward. I gotta fill you in though, because
Yes.
I was part of the Daniel vote. I helped with that, and I wanted to talk to you about it today. But
then-
when I was looking for you in here, Daniel was literally right there and made eye contact with me and waved. It literally took me a minute to even realize it was Daniel, and then I was like, oh shit. And so I was like, oh god, well I gotta meet up with Mallory.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna tell you, yeah, essentially they were just like, okay, Daniel's sketching me out, let's vote him. And then by the time they got to me, they already had 4. Then it would have been me, you, Lucy, and Daniel. At best, I didn't even talk to Lucy. I tried explaining to them that it was a bad idea, but I didn't know where AJ was voting. So I couldn't be like...
So how did AJ know to vote for Daniel though?
I have no idea. That shocks me.
We don't know.
I was talking to Mike, and Mike said Kevin was going to pull in AJ before he pulled in me last vote, which scares me. And Kevin, Bailey, Sheedy are super close, so having someone like that trying to pull in someone else before me makes me nervous. I know I'm at the bottom of my alliance. It's clear. I think Kevin might have been the one who told AJ. I think Kevin has the idol.
I really trust you. I honestly do, and I want to go far with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just did not work out this week with us talking and all that.
Well, I mean, then again, there's powers beyond what we can tell. So.
Exactly.
And if the majority of people think that it's best for the team, I trust that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm just so shocked. Honestly. I was hoping AJ or Chidi would go home, but Daniel, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't trust Kevin, can I?
I believe knowing her character, meeting up with her, she's a person that really cares about a person. And you can take advantage of that.
Maybe this was to make me trust Kevin? But why would he blindside my closest friend? I'm just I'm in shock right now. This is ridiculous.
I'm just really upset that Daniel's not in the game anymore. I should not be crying over this, but he was the only person I trusted in this game. And I'm just really sad that he's no longer in it. And we can't talk about it, and we can't do anything about it. We were planning on working together, getting to final 2. I mean, it was highly unlikely we were gonna get there, but he was my number 1. I'm just really sad. Because now I don't know who I can trust. I don't know if I can trust Kevin. If I can, great. If not, he's probably gonna throw something on me oh, I voted to keep him, but there weren't numbers. Which could be true. Could not.
Anyways, okay, so Daniel got voted out.
Yeah.
So what happened?
He got blindsided.
Aw,
I think like people were getting suspicious of his actions
that makes sense.
because it wasn't, I guess, good in his interest to work with you, and it kind of got on really fast, even on that first day.
Did people know? Like on your
Oh
team?
yeah, they just assumed. Like, you know Mike from Pike? He's one of the more, like, athletic guys on our team. And he was like, I've always been suspicious of that dude talking to, like, now the red team leader, ever since day one.
Oh,
And,
because
like,
we were talking in the circle?
Yeah, and then, like, people were like, oh, they know each other, kind of vibe.
Daniel has to go this week.
It was like an attack on red team at the same time of, like,
Okay.
in their eyes.
I can always lie to Sarah Avery and be like, that's like what the tribe really wanted because nobody could really vibe with him for some odd reason. So who knows, she'll buy that hopefully.
That makes sense.
So, I'm sorry that your friend, I couldn't save him
It's okay.
because I didn't know.
Daniel isn't just good for my game.
I met with Kevin earlier. I think I can trust him. Hoping I can trust him. We'll see where it goes from here.
When we were talking about like who we want to align with, we like want to align with people that are stable and like. People are gonna watch this and like they're gonna, like a totally. I don't know. I'm just like saying like.
There's no like Showmance in Celaya.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Maggie.
Yeah. So we all know about the kiss. Like we.
Oh my god, that was so awesome.
And we think that most likely Jeremy has the idol.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of we've come to an assumption of that.
If someone has it.
Yeah.
My ideas for the possible next vote. And so we kind of decided on doing like a split vote because Abby is like high key or pawn.
And us bunnies, I think, are kind of running the show here. But I do feel a little bit bad because I also have the alliance with Maggie, and I also made a deal with Abby the first week of the game. We pinkies promised that we would be each other's number ones and we would not lie to each other. But here I am in a power alliance that neither of them are in. I'm doing what I can now to at least make them feel safe. I really want to make sure that Abby feels like she's a part of things. So I talked to her and told her about the split vote plan.
So vote 3-3, so it's a tie, and then
Of Maggie and
they
Jeremy,
have
yeah.
to fight for it.
Well, no, then what happens is we revote and we get to but then they can't play an idol in a revote.
Oh.
So then for sure, one of them is gone. We don't have to worry about
Okay,
the idol.
that's a genius.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about this a little more. Let me unpack this to make sure I understand. 3 of us vote for Maggie, 3 of us vote for Jeremy.
Yeah.
They each vote for probably the same person.
Yep.
And then those 3, when they play the idol, if Jeremy plays the idol, then one of them goes home.
Yeah, then the other goes home.
But if they doesn't,
it's a tie.
then we revote, and
then it has to be for one of those
all
two.
6 vote for Maggie or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it'll be foolproof,
That is foolproof.
Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, that's the best idea ever.
I'm saying my OG alliance, Ride or Die, has a genius plan. Pretty safe to say it's genius. Not original, but genius.
And she's totally on board with it. She thinks that all of us are a 6-person alliance, but it really is right now the 5 of us and Abby.
We're gonna split 3 votes on Jeremy and Maggie, and they'll put their 2 votes on Abby, and then 3. Oh yeah.
No, so, yeah.
And then that way, if an idol gets played, probably by Jeremy, Maggie get voted out. If there is no idol that gets played, we'll revote Jeremy out because then we still mostly think he has it, and that would flush out the idol, and then we'll be good to go.
The idol clue comes out last night at 9 o'clock.
Are you seriously?
We just got the 3rd idol clue. We're in the wrong side of town, but we're going right now. Nobody better beat us.
We're spending room, Kim.
Oh.
And we all run over to the Union, where it says basically the idol's at the Union. We search there for an hour and a half.
Alright, we're almost to the Union. Wait.
And Maggie's there for about 20 minutes. And then kind of has a very mysterious departure, kind of with Sarah A, and then we don't really hear from her again. So that was a little suspicious at the time, but not suspicious enough that I stopped looking for the idol. Like,
Oh my gosh, you guys, I found it!
Sarah, that's a fucking stick.
Ta-da! I found the idol! Yeah! I'm so happy. I can't believe I have this in my possession right now. Like, this is the coolest idol ever. And no one knows I found it because they all think it's a stick. How stupid!
So, okay, hold on. I need to contain myself. Are you 100% in this with me?
Yes.
Like more than Sam and Sarah?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, we've been together through every part of it.
I wanted
the
to
original
make
car
sure.
ride, we've been to Rick's,
Okay,
you know.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
I found it last night.
Okay, so I just heard from Maggie that she, in fact, does have the hidden media idol, and I'm just like,
I just found the idol. Unless it's a fake. But this is a lot of writing for a fake, so I'm pretty sure this is real. Okay, let's see. Nice. Alright. Congratulations, you have found a hidden immunity.
What?
Like early
on. Do you have it on you?
No, but I have it at my house.
Holy shit.
I know. I like was freaking out. And then I searched with Sarah A for like 30 minutes afterward in the cold.
like, this completely turns everything in my game upside down. 'Cause I was not really sure how to feel about Maggie. If I was going to real alliance with her, if I was going to fake alliance with her, what's real, what's not, and I'm even less sure now.
I'm only telling you.
You're not gonna tell the rest of the
I
cupcakes?
think it's bad news.
Okay.
Don't you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Keep it. Yeah,
that's why.
And everything of Survivor, like, if you tell, like, more than one person, like, it spreads to everybody.
I mean, there's a couple different routes I can go down. I can obviously be complete villain asshole, tell the rest of the bunnies that Maggie has it, and vote her out like this week or next. I'm not sure if I want to do that.
Being on Ohana is, I think, very fun. Sarah Avery is trying super, super hard to make sure that Ohana is like this tight family. So, before the challenge, we all literally went to the gym.
They're gonna be so.
Alright, come on in, guys. Ohana getting your first look at the new Cerulean tribe. Daniel voted out at the last tribal council. Alright, first things first. Sarah, I'm gonna need tribal immunity back. Thank you. Immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, we're going to have 2 pairs of 2 tied together and blindfolded, with 1 caller leading them to find 6 bags of dominoes across the wave field. Once you have brought 6 bags of dominoes back to your caller, the next 2 people will each carry 4 dominoes across and back the wave field. So you will carry on a ruler 1 domino. The first person will go all the way across, transfer it to the second person, and then that person will come back. Do that 4 times, and then any of your remaining members will set up dominoes across the bench. First team to knock their dominoes off domino hits the ground, that tribe will win immunity.
Corrections will be.
Straight, both of you, straight. Alright, stop. Keep going straight, Bailey. Go up the hill, Mike. Keep going straight, Bailey. Keep going up, Mike. Stop. Jeremy, stop. Turn to the left. Yep. No, you're not there. Keep going, keep going. Mike, turn left. Bailey, turn left. Bailey, turn left. Yep, come back to me. Bailey, turn left. Go up the hill. Go up that hill. And search on your feet. Search on your feet. Get on your feet and search. Yep, come back to me. Come back to me. You're good. You hear my voice, Mike? Come back. Bailey, do you hear my voice? Come back this way. Cool. You're good. Go straight. Straight that way. You're good. Keep going straight that way, Mike. All right. Yep. Mike, do a little turn to the right. You're good. Come to me. Stop. Keep going up. Mike. Come here. You're good. All right, keep going. You're good. Go straight back. You found it. Come hear me. All right, Jeremy, stop. Mike, turn around. Back. Go straight the way you were looking. Yep, that way. Go straight. Exactly that way. Keep going straight, Cheaty Bailey. Way back. You go straight, Bailey. Mike, Bailey. Keep going. Mike, keep searching. You're close by there. Keep going up. Keep moving your arms up. You'll be able to find it soon, Mike. Bailey, Chitty, keep on going. Straight. They'll have one more bag of dominoes. Hey, AJ, all more back. Oh, they're out? Sorry. Keep going. You're good, Mike? Bailey, hear my voice? Keep going straight. Rush it up. Fourth bag of dominoes. Mike, you're good. You're set, Mike. Mike, you're done. Keep going. Oh, we need one more. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. All right, stop. Yeah, you're good. All right, keep going. Throw, go. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Come back. Okay, no, come back straight.
Don't take him off yet. Not until all the bags are
down. Bailey, you two down. Mike, keep going straight. Bailey, go down on your knees and pick it up, please. Yep, sorry. Interesting direction there by Kevin. Yeah, nope. Hey, turn right. Stop, Mike. Turn right straight. Kevin, do we go back? No, you're good. Mike, keep going straight. Turn right. We're almost there. Behind you. It's on your leg. Look below you, Mike. All right. You're almost there. Hear my voice? All right, you're good. Next out with 2 dominoes. Let them both come back. Nick coming back with 2 dominoes, trying to go out with 2 again. Reid drops 2 dominoes, and see if he tries for 1 or 2 this time. Nick, slow and steady, you got it. Reid racing across the hills. Both teams working on their first dominoes. Yep. Remember the trick, Nick! Reid makes a clean transfer. Sarah's coming back with Ohana's first domino. Nick trying to transfer. That's you. Lucy has 2 dominoes coming back.
Go, baby!
Nice work, Sarah!
Ohana back with 1 domino. Sarah going out with 1 more domino. Go, Sarah.
Lucy back with 2 dominoes.
Alright. Okay. Brilliant in the lead with 2 dominoes to Ohana's 1. Okay. Sarah transferring a domino to Bree currently.
Bree has a domino coming back with Ohana's second. Lucy almost to Nick. She has their last 2 dominoes for Cerulean. Bree racing back. Bree back with Ohana's second. Lucy and Nick making the transfer right now. It looks like the dominoes fell. Lucy is coming back with 2 dominoes. Lucy going out to Nick with Cerulean's last 2 dominoes. Sarah a little over halfway back with Ohana's last 2 dominoes. Sarah has to make it to the table.
On here. Flip it on the table.
Ohana, go! Go! Abby gonna be opening the bag, setting up the dominoes. Lucy made a transfer. Nick on the way back with Cerulean's last 2 dominoes. Nick dropped 2 dominoes. He's got to go back. Nick's going to start over trying to bring back the last 2 dominoes for Cerulean. Cerulean, go! Each tribe working on setting up their domino. Kevin working on his dominoes, catching up to Abby a little bit, but Abby and Ohana still in the lead.
Team Ohana, baby, we gotta get our hoopaloopalicious.
Abby gonna need 1 more bag, she thinks. 4 dominoes fell at the end of the line there for Abby, setting them back up. Abby has all her dominoes set up. She's just adding a couple in at the front and then gonna give it a try. Abby trying dominoes for Ohana. Halfway across, they don't get there. Sarah tagging in for Ohana, gonna try to set everything back up.
We're in the lead, Kevin. You can do it.
Sarah racing to set up the dominoes again for Ohana. Kevin trying to finish the last part of his. Sarah almost done finishing Ohana's dominoes. Kevin and Cerulean going to try their dominoes. By seconds, Cerulean wins immunity over Ohana. Ohana knocked their dominoes down about 5 seconds after that.
Great job.
Literally a second.
Good work from everyone. Everyone did good.
Alright, Cerulean, congratulations. Come get tribal immunity.
Oh, I missed you, buddy. You're my rookie.
There you go. Ohana, sadly that means I'll see you guys later this week at Tribal, where you'll have to vote off another member of your tribe. That's all I have for you. Grab your stuff, head on out.
There is a lot of bitterness and a lot of competitiveness between the 2 tribes right now. Like, I almost can't believe how strongly there seems to be this hatred towards Cerulean, especially at challenges. We all get so into it, maybe a little too into it sometimes.
Team Ohana was playing kind of dirty. Like, they were ahead of us, like, after the domino bag part. So they were just, like, shouting to try and make sure that Mike and AJ couldn't hear, which was annoying as hell. When Sarah was being like, Kevin, like, I hope you lose. Kevin, like, I hope you don't do it.
No, Kevin, don't do it.
Like, just saying, like, dumb shit to try and distract him. I was like, it took everything in me not to just shout, like, Sarah, shut the fuck up. It was infuriating. Like, I just think it's annoying and childish, and, like, I mean, I guess that's what Sarah is, so.
A lot of people were complaining about your screaming and your taunting.
Me?
You tilted a lot of people on our team.
I did, really?
Bailey was pissed off of that.
Bailey? Okay, one of the girls on your team, and it probably was Bailey, made a really hurtful comment, and it, like, actually hurt my feelings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it, like, made me really sad, but...
No, it was probably her. She's an interesting person.
I don't know anybody on the Red Tribe yet. I'll get to know them. But this blonde girl, who I know is an art major, that's all I know about her. Hello. I guess someone was we were, like, touching our dominoes. And she came over and she's like, wait, you're not allowed to touch those. And then, like, the producer was like, no, like, they're fine. And she was like, okay, well, I was just making sure. And I was like, worry about your own tribe, please.
And I drove Maggie and Jeremy home. That was weird.
Fuck, I cannot believe that we actually lost that challenge. That was actually pretty pathetic.
I just want to say, never again.
So the three people in the other car are Maggie, Jeremy, and Abby. So I bet they all have their seat warmers turned up to high right now because they're all on the hot seat.
Oh. Oh.
All right, here we are at the Ross School of Business for our weekly meeting. Bailey was threatened by Daniel, so I helped coordinate a blindside with her. Sarah's been filling me in on what their plan is for tribal going forward.
Yeah, it looks like Jeremy's on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Jeremy's on the chopping block. And we're also setting ourselves up for success if we do have a tribe swap.
Yeah.
And we're not placed with, like, our core alliances, so.
Yeah, ideally we'd be placed together, but at least we'll know different people in different tribes that we can kind of vouch for.
So this week on Friday, we went out to lunch with the team, mostly everyone, which was a lot of fun, some good team bonding. So I did do that this week. I've been kind of sick, and I had 3 tests this week, so that's the only thing I've done with the team.
Blue Tribe went to Charlie's today. Well, not the whole tribe. Chidi couldn't make it, and then we just never heard from AJ, of course.
Wiley, AJ is masterminding the whole thing. He's coming up with the challenges, he's getting it all done.
Oh, yeah. We finally did something together, I guess. Cerulean's pretty close, yeah. Pretty well.
Does Ohana go to Charlie's together? I think not.
We're all here.
Hello. We're celebrating the fact that another member of the Red Tribe's going home.
Yeah, Jeremy. Okay, let's see.
Right off the bat, we were a little flirty, you know. She thought that I was cute.
So then we all went to Rick's it was me, the 3 of us who are 21. It was Jack, Jeremy, and I. And we took a shot at Rick's together.
Then we volunteered for the kiss, and I think people got a little more excited about, you know, the Jeremy-Maggie relationship. And then last night we were actually at the bar.
Jeremy and I immediately walked over to the dance floor and were dancing.
We might have hooked up.
And ended up definitely kissing. I got the impression that he was at least somewhat into me.
So
we talked about being Boston Rob and Amber, and I said before I left the bar, you have to call me Amber now, and we agreed that we were going to be in an alliance. The story develops because we don't end up going home together, and the next morning I get a text that says, "Good morning, Amber," from Jeremy. So at that moment I'm like, oh yeah, he's probably into me. Who sends a text at 10 a.m.? But he remains pretty absent from the game, which is why we all thought that he has the idol.
Now, personally, I don't really understand why Maggie is so into Jeremy.
Then the next Friday rolls around and I'm like, oh, let's go to Rick's again. So I text him and I said, I'm going to Rick's. Are you going to Rick's? And he basically said that he was gonna have a chill night. So I said, we should meet up later and talk strategy, which may or may not have been a code word for another kiss.
I mean, no offense, but Jeremy his face kind of reminds me of a frog.
And that was post kissing at the archway.
Like, I don't know why Maggie is so obsessed with having his little tadpoles with him.
This past weekend on Friday, there was no response to my let's meet up and strategize text. So I clearly have no idea how attached he is, or if he is, or what he's thinking whatsoever. And therefore, we have to get rid of him.
I was really trying to decide like how we should go about voting out Jeremy, like because I didn't really want to piss off Maggie as well, because I thought that they'd be a very close duo and we definitely pissed one of them off if we voted out the other. Because I'm kind of thinking ahead to a possible swap or a possible merge, looking down the line to see, okay, we want as many people not to be pissed off of each other as possible. Ways we can make it so Maggie isn't as blindsided. When we get a text from Maggie saying that she wants to meet up with me, Sam, and Sarah X.
I don't know how we're gonna get into all of this, but Abby, we were kind of like, should we just get rid of Jeremy?
Because I thought they were together.
That'd be a huge move because he's a brat.
Holy shit!
I think anything I told him, he would think was true because he would think that I would want to tell the truth. But in reality, I could probably feed him anything and he would think it was the truth.
All of a sudden she's like, yeah, so I think I want to vote out Jeremy now. And we kind of just all like looked to each other like in kind of like shock, like, oh my gosh, like this literally cannot be played better. Now like Maggie wants to turn on Jeremy too, so we don't even have to piss her off.
We literally went into that like thinking we have to blindside her this week
and like salvage our relationship with her.
We were literally gonna split votes on Maggie and Jeremy.
And she was all like, let's vote Jeremy. And like, what if I was the fake one?
Yeah, we're like, that could work. We're like, that work? Like,
I could feed him what all of you guys are saying,
right?
And he could completely, and he would think, because he wouldn't expect me to lie to him because he thinks that I'm like so, which may or may not be true because he is cute.
I'm in it to win it, and I'm not in it to walk away with 4 children and live on the beach in Florida.
Just having some of Maggie's cupcakes.
I don't know. Like, I like the Bunny 5.
We can just say that she's down to vote Jeremy.
Yeah, we can even tell them like, she like legit like suggested that to us.
Yeah.
And just be like, we could even let them in on like the fact that like she wanted to line with us 3.
And we can pretend like.
And just be like, like it's fake, but like she wants to line with us 3, and she like.
I just don't want them to get suspicious of us.
I don't think they will because we like bash her a lot, I feel like. And so we met up with her because we were like, we want to see where she's at, like, you know, blah blah blah. And like she literally, whenever like there's a meeting with Maggie, like she pretty much talks the whole time. Like you don't have to talk at all, you know.
Boston Rob felt affection for Amber, and they had a level of trust. Unfortunately, I don't feel attached to Jeremy because I don't feel affection from him. If he was a better player, he would have made it very clear he was into me even if he wasn't. And I think that that's gonna be the bullet that bites him in the ass.
Yeah.
So she just basically was telling us this super elaborate plan, and basically she was like, I think we should vote Jeremy out. And she thought this was like a super like novel, like out there plan. I'm just so glad that Maggie suggested voting out Jeremy. Like that just made things a lot easier. and I didn't have to like backstab Maggie, which I don't want to do because I really like her, so.
When I talked with Maggie later in the week, she told me that everybody thought that I had the idol because I didn't go to look for the idol at the Union, which is a really dumb mistake by me. I actually just had an Iron basketball game.
Would tell me that.
So basically we think Maggie told Jeremy that we're trying to vote him out.
Mm-hmm.
Remember last time she was like, should we tell Noah? Remember?
Yeah. I feel like Maggie.
I think she told him.
Wait, didn't Maggie want to vote him out though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Like she literally came to us.
She pulled a
Did
Lisa.
anyone
So
tell Jeremy after that Maggie won? Because it's gonna seem like we won him out.
The only person that talked to him was you.
I did not say anything about any vote against him.
No, I'm
And
sure it
then
was
she
Maggie.
talked to me today and said Maggie, or like he's heard his name come up through Maggie.
Maggie said that Abby was pushing me
Okay.
because she thinks I have the idol.
But I don't know if I trust that. Oh my gosh, I forgot my sriracha!
Then
Oh,
Maggie's
no.
going home.
Okay, yeah,
We're still
then-
splitting
Okay, I
the
have
vote, right?
Yeah, no matter what, one of the two go home.
Yeah.
So she screwed herself over if she told him.
I know.
They still wanted to kind of do like a split vote because they thought that Jeremy would have the idol, and it would also kind of remove suspicion that the Bunny Alliance happened. It was a thing. It would make it more seem like people are on different pages when people are kind of more on the same page.
Jeremy called me at midnight and I was like trying to find somewhere to be quiet.
Yeah, Jeremy called me at 12:30.
He called me right before, so that's funny. And the only lounge I could find was one with Noah in it. I was like, are you kidding me?
Awesome.
So I had that fun conversation. He was like, get Jeremy out. I'm like, oh my gosh, shut up. You're out of the game.
I don't know. It was kind of like throwing like red flags to me. As she was like, she's very sure that he doesn't have the idol now, which would make sense if she found the idol and like.
Oh.
I just there's just like something weird going on.
Oh, like you think she's gonna play it for him?
I don't know if she'd do that, but I don't know.
Because then she'd go home.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
That'd honestly be
That'd
hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, what does she gain by just working with Jeremy?
I don't know. I think she has a crush on him, honestly. I don't know.
It's Wednesday.
Do you know Survivor, the TV show? Good. Well, I'm on Survivor at Michigan, and I found the immunity idol this week, so I'm singing a song that's appropriate. I wish
Tell us about your meeting with Jeremy.
It like went well at first. Okay, so at first he was talking about like Abby or whatever, and then halfway through he just was like,
Unless you want to like pull like an aggressive early move and go for Maggie. Yeah.
and I was like, I mean, I had to act like that was like a brand new idea.
I mean, I feel safer when Maggie's gone.
It's like I'll trust everybody as soon as Maggie's out.
That's what he says, though.
Because this is what he's thinking right now. He's thinking the alliances are like, you got us, him, and Sarah, and then Maggie, Jack, and Sam. So he was like,
literally not true.
That's what worries me is people like think that I have the idol, but it's like counterintuitive. If I wasn't looking, how would I have it? You know, that's like frustrating.
And Bree said, she said this, quote, I have never believed anyone more that they don't have the idol, end quote.
She told me that she was like really confident that I don't have the idol, so that's good. So maybe she felt like I was being unrightfully put on the block here, so she was trying to do it as like out of like the good of her heart. She like felt that I wasn't deserving to go home.
So I called Bree and we debated this a lot last night. It took us forever to like figure out who we wanted to get rid of, because I personally don't want to get rid of Jeremy. I like Jeremy. I think he's gonna be really great in competitions for us, and I'd rather get rid of Maggie this week.
too. So it appears that Maggie actually is more on the chopping block than Jeremy, just because people want to keep Jeremy around because like he's like better at challenges and like we don't want to lose again, but like honestly, how much helpful is he really?
It's like the fingers are on Jeremy, but we were wondering what your position on getting rid of Jeremy versus getting rid of Maggie was.
So the thing is, if we get rid of Maggie and then Jeremy stays and then we win the challenge and he makes it to merge, like he's gonna be a super big threat. I don't think he would like be loyal to us.
They're like really trying to get Maggie out, and like Jack, Sam, and I are not about it.
So last night I went out to get a beer with Jack, and then the plan was that Jeremy was going to meet us there. He ended up not being able to come and was already at Babs. So I went to Babs.
On my way to my second bar tonight to go see Jeremy one more time before he hates me forever.
Jack had an EECS meeting, so we went to Babs, but only Maggie could come. So it was just me and Maggie at Babs.
And the plan was to walk up to Jeremy, this was Jack's line, and say, is that an idol in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Here we are at Babs. Let me have a sip of your drink, obviously.
Are you allowed to drink on the show? Usually.
I'm only ever drinking on the show. All the footage of me is me drinking.
Just like we're dancing, talking for a little bit, and then I went with some friends to Skeeps, and then I was at Skeeps when Bree called me, and Bree told me, hey, you're on the chopping block, like the only way that you'll not get voted out tomorrow is if you can convince Maggie to vote for Bree. So I drunkenly texted Maggie to come over, came back to my place.
I'm freaking out all of a sudden.
Figured I could like seduce her, maybe like pillow talk, like.
I feel bad voting for Jeremy, but I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Maggie at first started to get extremely cold feet, ice cold feet, and decided that she did not want to vote for Jeremy.
This is absolutely crazy. It's literally like, it's not even half an hour before tribal. Like,
some things happened regarding Maggie and Jeremy's relationship, showmance type thing, and now Maggie refuses to vote him.
Maggie does not want to vote Jeremy?
Yeah.
Originally would have made it seem like she's going home because the 4-4 split. She would vote for, say, Abby or Bree or whatever. It'd be 4-3-1.
So she might be signing her own death contract today, honestly.
I know, Maggie honestly. If Maggie changes her vote, she goes home, so.
And I'm not gonna risk my trust with the Bunny Alliance to tell her like about the split vote to convince her to vote him.
And I decided to tell her about the split plan, or at least that a split plan was happening.
Like, the thing is, it's in Jack, Sam, and I's best interest to keep Maggie around.
And honestly, why would you want someone that unpredictable in the game anyways?
Yeah.
She probably does not trust me at all anymore, but.
All I know is that I'm bringing the idol.
I am freaking out here. Tribal council is in 20 minutes. Somehow Maggie now knows that this votes are gonna split on her and Jeremy, and I think Abby told her.
I don't really know what's happening right now, but like, if I'm positive that Maggie's getting out, I'm not gonna vote Jeremy, because then Jeremy's gonna be suspicious of me if he stayed.
Because Abby was talking to me on the phone about how Maggie knows about it now.
Yeah, so like, is that speaker right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, Abby lied to my face, saying that she didn't tell Maggie about the split when she did.
And I decided to tell her about the split plan.
Which like ruins a lot of stuff. Because now Maggie's gonna hate you.
So should we switch our revote? Should we switch our revote?
But that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that I didn't even realize it was Abby on the other side of the phone until I said, it's all good, it'll be fine as long as the 5 of us and Abby stick together. And the voice said, what are you talking about? I'm Abby. So that's fun. That's just wonderful, isn't it?
Literally 10 minutes till the vote right now.
It's
and
insane.
I'm fucking stressed out.
I've talked to everyone on our team except for Bree.
Revote. Because there's at this point, Maggie's a mess.
She's just like not in the right mind state right now. I feel like she's very
She's too
wild.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
You can't trust. Like Jeremy's gonna be sturdy. Damn it! Oh my
And
gosh.
Jeremy?
We have to keep Jeremy.
I'm telling you, there's gonna be 4 votes for Jeremy, and there's gonna be 4 votes for you. That's
So
beautiful.
do I wait for the re, or do I?
I had a fake idol, and he said it was cool if I played it for him. So I'm
Aw.
gonna play Mr. McStick for Jeremy.
I'm gonna give it to you, and you can make the last call move.
So much pressure on me. You want to?
I don't know.
And people think I'm crazy. I've had a lot of funny looks.
Wait, I haven't seen him.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, this is Mr. McStick.
Ah, oh my god.
I don't think we should play it, but I think I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
So if I do go home, then you will have it.
Okay. I think it should be fine.
Alright guys, you're back to see me for your second time. Sam, we'll start with you. Why do you think you guys lost that challenge?
I think it was just kind of luck of the draw. I mean, dominoes, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That was the part where we lost kind of our lead, but I wouldn't say this like, oh, this person is the reason we lost. It's kind of just like, I don't know, we gave it our best and it just didn't happen in the end.
So, Jack, is the challenge going to come into play as a factor of who you're going to vote out this week?
I mean, that's something you always have to think about. Like, I don't know. I think there's other things that kind of come into play too. Who you can trust, who you feel good about having on your team, and it's kind of a combination of factors.
Sarah A., obviously another idol clue was sent out this week. Is there any talk about who might have the idol, or if that's going to come into play tonight?
Heck yeah. I mean, I don't want to say anything about it. But I think that someone has it.
You.
Shh.
Who would say they're worried tonight? Just 2? Alright, so 2 people feel that they're on the hot seat tonight. Either of you want to explain why you feel that way?
Go ahead. Yeah, no, you go ahead.
So someone in the tribe was kind of going behind my back and telling people that I was targeting them. It kind of caused like a little bit of a stir up, and people also felt that I might have the idol. So my name kind of got thrown on the chopping block because of those 2 factors. The reason that I wasn't searching for the idol is I was playing I Am Basketball. So that's kind of
Sorry, it's just so legit.
counterintuitive to like think that I'm the one that has the idol. And second, I've like you'd be hard pressed to find the origins of like where I started targeting Sarah X in particular. Someone just made that up, and it kind of is coming back to like bite me in the ass, even though I never said that. So that's definitely why I feel like I'm on the chopping block, and I'm sure Maggie can give her side of the story.
Yeah, I think you said it pretty well. Stuff started off a lot differently in the beginning of the week than toward the end. Especially in the last, I'd say 20 minutes, things got very interesting. It is what it is, it's a game. And we'll just see who played it better.
I think me and Maggie got kind of pitted against each other without that being our main intention for both of us.
Can I hop in here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stir the pot a tiny bit by saying I drove Jeremy and Maggie home, and as soon as Jeremy got out of the car, Maggie turned to me and said, "Let's go out, Jeremy."
You said that to me.
So maybe I was in the dark about Maggie's real intentions the whole time.
So, would you guys say that this tribal came pretty much down to the wire of who is getting voted out?
Absolutely. I don't think anyone really knows.
Honestly, I don't really know what's going to happen.
Who feels like they for sure know what's going to happen today? Alright. Jeremy, I'll ask you kind of a different related question, but how would you say this game affects like your life outside of Survivor? Is it putting a lot of stress on your personal life today?
I only made it to 1 class this week. Sorry, Mom. That was a little bit Survivor related, a little bit other stuff. But this game has definitely like taken up a lot of hours. There's been some kind of external relationships and stuff that have
kind of informing. So.
Maggie, would you kind of agree with that? Definitely, like the personal life comes into the game, and it's hard to separate the two at some points.
Yeah, to some extent. I don't like being mean to people, and when I get, I had an idea about somebody, and then I started changing my mind about it because I thought it was mean, and other factors came into play. And so yeah, I think that they absolutely come together in this game.
All right, then it is time to vote. Jack, you're up first.
Hopefully it's you going home and not me.
We're not actually going home. I just have to stick with the tie vote to keep Bunny's trust. So originally you weren't supposed to go home. However, it's looking more like it you will be going tonight. And it's all because I stirred the pot. Sorry, not sorry.
Alright, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I do, Jeff Cooper. I'm gonna play this for Jeremy.
The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played for someone, all votes against that person will not count, and the person with the second highest number of votes will be voted out. This is not a hidden immunity idol.
Damn it!
What a waste.
Alright, this is a hidden immunity idol. All votes for Maggie will not count. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Maggie. Maggie does not count. Maggie does not count. Maggie does not count. Jeremy. That's one vote, Jeremy. Jeremy. Third person voted out of Survivor Michigan. Leaders and best. Jeremy. That's enough. I'm bringing you toast. Jeremy, try this. Next week on Survivor Michigan, Maggie seeks to mend her relationship with Ohana.
Ask anything and I can try to explain what sort of happened.
And tensions between the two tribes are about to reach a boiling point.
Ohana! Ohana!
What the fuck is happening over there?
No, I mean, I think I played the best game that I could. I just got fucked by the idol. You know, shit happens.
I'm really sorry. I'm not going home this week. And see you around.
Unfortunately, Maggie's the one that found it, and it kind of screwed me in the end.